Oh, there you are, YouTube. We are off to see Jurassic Park Dominion, but normally I would wear a Jurassic Park shirt. Not going to because it is like 1,000 degrees today, and just wearing a button-up sounds awful, so I'm wearing a t-shirt. Anyway, I hear people dragging this movie. I'm gonna check it out, see if it deserves the drag. IMAX today. Okay, so I am home, had some time to think about it and talk about it with my wife a little bit. I probably shouldn't have done that because after I've expelled all my views, I have a tough time recollecting them. But in the end though, I thought it was good. I guess I don't fully understand where all the hate is coming from, other than maybe some predictability to it, some silliness when it came to tips of the hat to the original. But the way I look at it is we have the original film, and blockbusters have evolved. People, will complain that they're not as sophisticated or crafted as well, and the magic is gone and all of that, and that these movies now rely purely on nostalgia. But I feel like it's just maybe a different nostalgia. Maybe it would be considered a cheaper nostalgia. I don't know. But when people talk about these films, it seems like in a negative manner, what they want is a nostalgia based on, I guess, more craft and things like that. But I don't know, these movies to me seem to be evolving or adapting to, which is pertinent to the story, evolving and adapting to what's going on in the blockbuster world today. So I don't know. I guess I don't have a problem with it being as shiny versus the original, because to me the original was magic in a bottle. That's not what these are. These are continuations, but done in the fashion of today's blockbuster cinema. So I don't know. I went into it liking it. I didn't go into it liking it. I went into it worried, actually, because reviews were so bad, and I did not like Fallen Kingdom. So it was like, well, shoot. I didn't like Fallen Kingdom, and these reviews are bad, so this one is probably going to be pretty terrible. But that's not what I thought. I mean, of the Jurassic Worlds, it's my second favorite. I really love the first one. The first one did things for me that I really needed to happen, because in this movie did the same thing that Jurassic World did for me. I resent, am disappointed in, and do not like Jurassic Park 3 because in my eyes the T-Rex, and maybe I'm denying science, I don't know, but the T-Rex is dominant to me. It's what 90s kids grew up with as the dinosaur, the number one dinosaur. In all of our movies, all of our cartoons, it was the T-Rex. It was Sharptooth that was dominant, right? We're back. Theodore Rex, all of that, right? It was always there. And Jurassic Park 3 brings in the Spinosaurus, and the Spinosaurus takes out the T-Rex. and there's no redemption for the T-Rex at the end. But when we get Jurassic World, the T-Rex has its day. And it's not just any T-Rex, it's the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. You can see the scars on the face, on the body, from the Velociraptor fight. And I loved it. I loved it. It made me so happy. And this movie did that same thing. This movie was very predictable. I feel like we always knew it was going to happen. But, I don't know, it still didn't bother me for some reason. I loved seeing this is spoilers, I guess. I loved seeing the Giganotosaurus, did I say that wrong? Get destroyed there at the end by the T-Rex and old fingers there, Edward Scissorhands. That was fantastic. That's what I wanted to see. And I knew it was going to happen, but I loved seeing it. When Dodgson, when he walked out of that little underground tunnel train thing, my wife said, he's going to get eaten by a Dilophosaurus. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. And what happened? Dilophosaurus head pops up. It's kind of like this. It's like this. And Dodgson was like, ooh. Yeah, that was good to me. And it was just a total callback to, you know, what happened to Nedry. And why did that happen to Nedry? Because of Dodgson. So, yeah, Dodgson, they sort of designed him like all of the, you know, tech leaders of today, you know, like Steve Jobs and the person who now runs Apple, I don't know his name, and you know, all those types of people, you know, that's kind of, you know, fits into today's world. So I think that's what they're doing, modeling after. They're not paving the way anymore. They're not paving the way. I don't know who's paving the way right now. I think more independent filmmakers are paving the way. Still James Cameron, he's always paving the way, but yeah, it's fitting into what's happening today, not paving any sort of way. But I don't know, I'm okay with that right now because we have the original. I loved that our legacy cast was brought in early. They weren't just cameos, small cameos. That is what I was afraid of. Previous film, when Malcolm shows up, he's just got this tiny little cameo. Here, we have full characters that are in the film for an extended period of time, and that was great. One thing that I did hope would happen, my kids, as a family, were watching, we only finished the first season today, we're watching Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous. And some of those kids, I don't know if it would make sense, but some of those kids, I would have liked to have seen them in this. Like the main kid in Camp Cretaceous, I think that would have been cool if he were not Ridley. Ah, man, what's his name? He was a new character in this one. I can't think of his name right now, but he like was working for Dodgson, but like in an undercover way. I think the main kid in Cretaceous, what if they were the same character? I thought that would have been fantastic. I wish that had happened. That would have been a great tie-in for the kids that are watching Cretaceous Camp. But that wasn't what happened. Yeah. To me, it was good. I had a lot of fun with it. A lot of the stuff that happened in Italy or outside Italy, what's that country called? I can't think of it right now. A little island. That had so many like Spielbergisms in it. It was like Indiana Jones, but brought into the, like Indiana Jones chases, but brought into the modern blockbuster scene. So it was like, take Indiana Jones chase scenes and blend them with things that we see with like the parkour rooftop style of action that we get from like the Bond films or the Jason Bourne films and things like that. Like that's kind of what that felt like to me, and I was just like seeing a lot of Indiana Jones type stuff there, and that was fun to see as well. I thought that was great. I don't know, like I guess the only, for me, and this didn't even bother me. I thought it was silly, but a lot of times silly things bother me, but here it didn't. I wasn't upset. Like the Lex and Tim tip of the hat when Chris Pratt and the pilot, Wise is her last name, but when they're running and then she starts screaming, I was like, why is she screaming? And then they go into this like elevator sort of thing and then close the doors, and I was like, it's a Lex and Tim reference. So that was kind of like okay, a little silly, but I don't know, not a big deal. The only thing I really would have liked to have seen is the young girl clone thing. I would have liked for there to be an emotional scene where she calls Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt mom and dad. I think that would have been, that's really the only thing I was missing. I thought it was great. Even the silly stuff. I don't, it's not art, it's not artistic cinema. That was the first one. That was only the first one. The second one was a monster film. The third one was a kids movie or something. I don't know what that one was. Escape. I don't know what it was. Escape, Search and Rescue. I don't know. Search and Rescue. Jurassic World was like Disney World gone wrong. That was cool. I like that one. And then Dominion, I just didn't like. It had so many of my movie pet peeves in it. So many of them. So many of them. But here, I just don't think I'm looking for the first Jurassic Park anymore, because I have it. So that's not where my nostalgia lies for this. I think. I don't know. Maybe I just think it was a good movie. I feel like I'm trying to defend it like in sort of a defensive way, I guess. But I really don't think I need to. I don't know. I just liked it. It was good. I think I'd like to have. This would have been very contrived and convoluted, but I wish Julianne Moore would have shown up in this. I think that would have been cool. The next one, if they do make another one, get everybody that was in this movie back, and then bring in Julianne Moore and Vince Vaughn. Do that. And then I want to see all of them together. I think that would be fun. That would be really cool. I love that, spoilers here, B.D. Wong. Love that his character was redeemed. I thought that was nice. I liked the unintended consequences here. Like, so far, we've been dealing with, like, the dinosaurs and how the problems that they themselves create with their existence, like firsthand, I guess. And then we kind of get to, like, how man will capitalize on them. And I guess that's still where this one is a little bit. But, like, sort of the accidental blowback and the effects on the ecosystem and things like that, that was interesting. Like, everything regarding the locusts, I thought that was interesting. It wasn't only just the dinosaurs anymore, because I feel like we covered that. Now it's beyond the dinosaurs, what kind of problems are created because we created the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs were created, but let's not just talk about the problem that they themselves create sort of single-handedly, like that direct connection. What about beyond there, beyond that one-to-one, face-to-face? I don't know what words I'm looking for. I don't know, I thought the locust stuff was interesting. Took things in a new direction. The Quetzalcoatlus, I cannot wait to show all of these movies to my daughters. We've only been watching the Camp Cretaceous stuff, but the Quetzalcoatlus is one of my daughter's favorite dinosaurs. She has a stuffed animal of it. We took the two of them to Chicago to see the Quetzalcoatlus sculpts that they have out there, life-size. I'm excited for the Triceratops, my other daughter. That's her favorite. And the scene at the very end, the very last shot, like, made me tear up. Like, my face turned ugly cry and filled with water. I don't think I dropped any tears in that moment, but it was just so beautiful seeing that coexistence. This movie also has a nice message. It's It's a nice message. Probably an impossible one, but I like it. I think it's nice. It's not one. It's one that's pertinent to today, but maybe an impossible one today. But I loved it. Yeah, I thought it was good. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a lot of people like it, but maybe that's just critics. I don't know what audiences think. No, it doesn't seem like audiences like it either. I'm okay with it. I'm just glad it wasn't. I'm just glad it was better than Fallen Kingdom and, in my eyes, Jurassic Park 3. So that's all I needed it to be, and it was. So there I am with excuse me, Jurassic World Dominion. What are your thoughts on it? I'm excited to finally start watching other people's videos on it. I've watched a few, like spoiler-free types or just bits and pieces until they get into spoilers and then I stop. But yeah, anyway, perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.